Alrighty, what is going on, everyone? It's your boy Zap. Oh, I can't see how many people are watching. Oh shit. Well, shoot. Sorry. I'm trying to be family friendly. Alright. So I know we're here, and it normally starts out in the presentation room. I just wanted to get it started as soon as possible because I've been gone for so long. We haven't been in this game for 2 weeks. That's insane. I am gonna check who all is on first. If it'll load. There's literally only 3 people on that I know. And this is why I haven't been on. Well, also, that and that I've been out of town for the past week. But I know all these people. Vicket. I'll accept him once we get to the world. But actually I'll invite him. Today we're going to be covering volcanoes. That's what I'm going to open with. P-R-E-S. Presson. Is it broken? Oh. I can't spell. Present. A. Shinra beta. Go. Oh, I meant to make it private. Might as well go back home. Sorry, I know this is unprofessional and completely out of the ordinary. I know it's only been 2 episodes, so there's not really much of an ordinary to have. However, oh. P-R-E-S-E-N. Presentation beta. Oh, it's a little choppy. I'll favorite it. Yep. New instance. Go. Alrighty, so today we're gonna be covering some volcanoes. Yeah, I know I'm dropping frames. I don't know why, but welcome, Vicket. Welcome. You're coming. Oh, okay. Yes, hello. I am standing. So we're gonna be covering volcanoes, like I said. Let me think. I don't. What? Wait for Vicket. Hello, good sir.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm quite fine, thank you very much. How about you?
I'm good. Follow me to the markers.
Alright.
I haven't been on in 2 weeks. It's weird.
Yes. This is
Why is that
new
happening?
model, by the way. I haven't seen it before. Because this map hates you, that's why.
It really does, man. So we're gonna be covering. I don't know if you saw the title of the stream. But we're gonna be covering volcanoes.
Yes.
I didn't prepare notes like I wanted. However, I have references open. I have tabs open.
I'm gonna take some time to prepare notes. By the way, I didn't prepare any notes.
Yeah, all that time I took, and I didn't do it. So this is a little bit off the cuff, you know, a little bit cutting, a little unprofessional, but I know where I want to start, and I'm gonna give you some apologies with the nasal stuff. I'm not sick, but I'm having allergies, and it's horrid, and I can't do anything about it.
That's rough.
So, volcanoes. They go boom. That's it. The end.
Ah, yes.
They go boom. Much boom big time.
Alright then, sign Sunday over.
Alright, that's it. Thanks everybody for watching. That's it. Volcanoes go boom. That's it. Very hot. Go boom. Up in the air. Everything dies. The end. No. So we're actually gonna go with a little bit of backstory. Let me get some gray. Oh wait, we need the color picker.
Yeah, you need a color picker for that.
But I don't know if you saw the start of the stream, but I looked at my social list, and there's literally only 3 people on right now. Oh, sorry, hang on.
Yeah,
4 people on right
I
now, though.
noticed that. As much.
That's partly
But
why
well,
I haven't been playing as much. It's just... And the people who do get on are in private invite-only worlds that I can't get into. It's not fun anymore, because all the stupid hackers, man. I don't enjoy myself when I play. I mean, I do and I don't. It's weird. Hang on.
it
I have to
depends, I
crouch
guess.
because I don't have a chair right now. So we're gonna get gray.
No,
Ugh! About
I
to
think
fall
that
over.
can
Hang on.
change to something else.
Okay, gray. Then we need... I guess I'll get
Not really grey. I'm not sure.
brown. Um, what else? I guess some sort of blue. What's a ocean blue?
I don't know. It depends.
Let's go
Depends what
periwinkle.
kind of ocean you're looking at.
Dirty ocean. I'm kidding. Okay, so...
Alright, sure.
Yeah. Alright, so... The reason volcanoes form is you have tectonic plates all across the world, and they're in layers. This is a tectonic plate right here, and it's got layers and layers of rocks. Just yeah, and that's one tectonic plate, and then you have another over here. Here, I'll just do this, and oh god, excuse me, I just ate lunch. They push together. There's friction, pressure. Heat builds up. Oh, and because the Earth is hot, there's magma underneath these tectonic plates. And there's multiple ways they can fold and break, and if they converge and they push up, like here, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make it 3D. So if they push up, you get a mountain. If they slip and one goes under, you get what is known. It goes under. It goes into the magma, and it becomes more magma, and it melts. It metamorphosizes, or I can't say the word. It's a very weird spelling. It's whatever. Heat and pressure, it melts. And then it can also one can go above it. This can happen either one. Let's say it happens to this one, and it goes like this. Okay. So yeah, that's essentially it. I mean, I think that's a pretty... Vic, you good?
I just gotta go eat.
What? Sorry, I have I have 2 fans going in my room. It's hot.
Go eat, dude. I'll be back.
Oh, you're eating. All right, I'll see you, man.
Go eat.
Okay, so you've got... They can fold in different ways. They can also diverge when they're going apart. Oh, let me here. I'll just do this. Tectonic plate. I'm not gonna bother with the brown. They can also go apart. This way. One goes this way. Goes this way. These aren't the only ones. There's a couple more, but I'm not gonna go over them all. And volcano shoots out. But yeah. Oh yeah. Mountains can also become volcanoes. But yeah, this is essentially it. You've got 2 I guess I'll get the brown. Where's the brown? Did it respawn? You bastard. A lot of this happens under oceans, actually. There's a lot of tectonic plates where the oceans are at. And it also explains... Okay, so volcanoes make different igneous rocks typically come from volcanoes. And that is why the ocean floor is mostly basalt. Basalt. It's a type of igneous rock. Okay, so volcanoes. You've got a volcano. That's the caldera. Did the red despawn? Are you kidding me, dude? They need to change the timers on these things, man. It's annoying when you're trying to do stuff. So, it would actually go a little bit down more than that. Dude. This is gonna get annoying quickly. Take it. So, you got your caldera, goes into the ground, and you got magma up in it. Well, that's lava up here, but the rest is magma. I mean, and typically, you know, it's not like a perfect tube, you know, there's different branches and stuff. So you've got a volcano. Volcanoes are really interesting on how they impact the environment because, you know, okay, so say a volcano erupts. All right, we got an erupting volcano. It releases ash. It despawned in my hand? Volcanoes release ash, and there's different types of plasticity, which is like, there's different types of volcanoes. You know, there's shield, where it's typically like that. And there's a caldera right here, but it's slow growing, and it makes like a protective layer around it, and it grows out like that. And it grows out kind of like this. And this is high plasticity. Or it's non-plastic, I think. Okay, so I think it's reverse. So plastic things are bendable, right? It's very plastic. It's you know, if things are non-plastic, then they're very firm and stiff. So like a more rock-like. You know, this is a slate. This is slate. This is a sheet of slate. That's non-plastic. If you've got something like magma, that's very plastic. You know, it's molten rock. It behaves like a liquid. So, you know, there's different types of volcanoes, and they have different properties of, like, how they build up, and there's a lot of pressure in this one. There's others where, you know, you got a volcano, and if the magma is high plastic, or not very plastic, can form a little stopper at the top, and it despawned in my hand again. Excuse me. It's not very plastic, and it'll build like a stopper at the top of it. And it'll build more pressure as it tries to escape and go out. And it might actually, there's been, there's one volcano. It was a big volcano. And they predicted for it to shoot up into the air and release a lot of ash. But because of it had a stopper at the top, and a lot of geologists and meteorologists and volcanologists, or not meteorologists, but sorry, geologists and volcanologists who were on one of the sides of the volcano died because too much pressure was up here, and it was so solid that it actually blew out the side of the volcano and killed all of them. So you gotta be careful with that. Volcanoes. But I was saying, volcanoes can kill you in a lot of different ways. And that's why I find them so interesting. Because, you know, you think, like, oh, you know, it's just a regular volcano, you know, lava comes out, you know, runs down the side, and that's it. No, it actually impacts the environment a lot. It, can, kill people in a lot of different ways, and life, change the environment, and it's, so, yeah. But actually, before I get to that, I'm going to come back to this. With tectonic plates, magma doesn't always come out like this in a volcano. There's actually things called hotspots. What they are is when there's a lot of magma and pressure built up, it shoots out and breaks through the rock. I mean, it doesn't shoot out like that, but it's not quick, but it slowly seeps out and melts through the rock, and it makes a little hotspot, typically under the ocean. Let me get my blue. Did it despawn? Yes, it did. Let me grab the brown as well. Leave brown there. So say this is the ocean, and I'll actually relate this to something that's going on right now. This is the ocean, and okay, so you've got magma, it starts seeping out, and it cools. well, oh, it's not gonna cool like that. It's gonna cool like, oh, I messed up, but I can fix this. It's gonna cool like this, right? But it'll actually make like a volcano, and this is actually what Hawaii is. It's a hot spot in the ocean. And it'll slowly build up, rock cools, and it just keeps going up and up. But because the tectonic plates move, eventually it will move, the tectonic plate will move away, and this will become null and void. Here, I'll just show you right now. I'm getting close to my edge. Okay. So, let's say the hotspot's right here. This is this hotspot. It's the same one, but it's moved. See, so it was over here before, and it's probably cut through the rock a little bit. Let's just say that. Okay. Okay, welcome back. Sorry, I stopped talking as soon as it happened. I heard the noise. OBS has been disconnecting occasionally sometimes. I don't know why. Apologies if you have to refresh. Hit refresh, everybody refresh. If you're here. I can't see how many people are here, unfortunately. However, we're still at the same spot. So it won't be perfect like this, but this is what Hawaii is. So all the other islands in Hawaii, there's only one. I mean, there's a bunch under the ocean that are active. There's a bunch of minor, well, not minor, but smaller volcanoes under the ocean that are somewhat active because just this hot spot, it's under the ocean, right? Like, it's not perfect. It's not gonna be perfect every time. Nature isn't perfect. You know what I mean? But there's all those other islands. There's only really one, I think maybe two. I think one. I think it's one, but I might be wrong on that. Active volcano island. Because all the others have moved, were once over that hot spot in Hawaii, but they've moved away from it, right? So that's what Hawaii is. And that's very relatable. Here, let me just touch all these, make sure they're moving. Really? I was trying to prevent that. But yeah. Hang on, I gotta sit down. My legs are hurting. But yeah, so this is essentially what's going on right now. This is Hawaii. This is Hawaii. This is Hawaii. Sorry, I finally listened to the actual music video for This Is America, and it's just been stuck in my head. But yeah. Hawaii. Hotspot. This is why I wanted my other chair. Tectonic plates. Tectonic plates. Volcanoes can bust out. Oh, sorry, Penny. Sorry, that's my dog right here. No, Penny, don't go. You're okay. Sorry. I'm sorry. But yeah. Oh yeah, how volcanoes can kill you. I need this. And I need this. Okay. I'm gonna have to stand up again. Alright. So yeah. There's a thing called a lahar. And what that is you got a volcano. It erupts. Here, I'll show you. I'll demonstrate that in a minute. It erupts and releases ash, rock bits, pumice, pretty much anything, any kind of like just air pollution basically into the air. Real man, did the red one despawn too? It's getting annoying. But yeah, so yeah, releases this, and say you've got, you know, a stream nearby, and it gets into the stream, or a creek, or a river, or a lake, or not really a lake, but you need moving, flowing water nearby, and then all the ash and rock, dust, and everything gets into the stream, and it pollutes it, and the stream, where's the brown one? It despawned, sweet. Oh, and the blue one just despawned, okay. So yeah, you gotta, and it all mixes together and makes muddy water. Typically Oh, sorry if you're scratching. Typically, it dirties the water, and it increases in volume exponentially because of all the new particles and dust and stuff. Oh man. And it can flood places, and they're called lahars. I'll spell it out: Lahar. Lahar. I think there's 7 different things we talked about in class. I'm trying to remember them all. I'm not gonna remember all their names, but if you want to look into it a little bit more, you can type in their description. Like, okay, so dirty volcano water. What is a dirty volcano water's name? Stream, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, you can fit a description in. So yeah, this is called lahar, and it can flood towns, cities, buildings. Japan has this problem a lot too. And especially in like rainforests, it can just flood, wash away buildings. Oh, that's cool. I didn't even think you could do that. Or I didn't even think of. I mean, I knew you could do that, but like layering it, that's actually, I really like that. You could do some cool stuff with art like that. Now that I think about it. So yeah. Oh, sorry. Oh man, how long have we been going? It's already been 20 minutes. All right, I gotta speed this up. All right. That's a lahar. Another way you can do it. Feel free to ask questions in chat. And propose other questions other than volcanoes. This is just what my topic for the day is. Yeah. So yeah, another volcano. The air, it spews out. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Spews out. I mean, it's kind of the right thing. I want both. What? Computer, please work with me, not against me. That is okay. That's working. So yeah. But it can create even even if the lava flow doesn't get too far. I mean, the lava flow can obviously kill you. That's one of the ways it can kill you. Lava flow. But it releases the air, and the ash can roll down the volcano. And this stuff is thousands of degrees Fahrenheit. I think it's like 5,000-ish degrees Fahrenheit. And that's actually what, if you know the city of Pompeii, that's actually what happened. Is they're buried in the ash and the smoke and the heat, and the wind and the air is just rolling down, and it just crashed into the city. Burned everyone. They got buried in the ashes. This is what killed Pompeii. It's actually kind of crazy. So yeah, this stuff can kill you probably quicker than just about anything else. Oh, that's the other thing. Lahars, if big boulders can come out of, I mean, there's rocks at the top of the volcano. It's not just lava coming out. They'll spew big boulders out too. And those can get mixed up, and I mean, it's just horrid. Honestly, lahars are one of the most dangerous things about volcanoes, because it is so terrifying. If you go and look up videos of lahars on YouTube, if you get caught in these, you will not only be drowning, you're getting pushed along, you're hitting rocks, you're just smashing into things. I mean, you're just you're getting mud water filled into your lungs. You're suffocating, you're drowning, you're just dying in about 3 or 4 different ways if you get stuck in a lahar. And it'll kill you the slowest, and it'll preserve you. Kind of. Well, as long as you're not too badly broken, bruised, and stuff. Because I mean, these rocks will break your bone. Like, these things are terrifying. Honestly, if I ever live by a volcano, that will probably be the scariest thing. And these are the 2 scariest things. Are the air flows. I can't remember they have an actual name. It's something flow. Pyroclastic flow. Pyroclastics. That's what they're called. Pyroclastics. Everything that volcanoes spew out. The boulders, the ash, the dust, the rock particles, those are called pyroclastics. Pyroclastic flows and lahars are probably the two most scariest and dangerous things about volcanoes, in my opinion. Oh, wow. I'm completely turned around in my room. But I think that's also what makes them so interesting. I love volcanoes, but I'm also very terrified of them. I have a respectable fear of them. Like, I respect them from afar. You know what I mean? Like, I'm terrified, but they're also some of the coolest things in the world. So yeah, Pyroclastic Flow. And then the actual pyroclastics can kill you. I mean, there's stories of people who live near volcanoes who have their who have had boulders crash into their houses and just flatten it all. Like it just it's crazy. So pyroclastics are another thing. Oh, excuse me. Are you kidding me? Dude, the way that just happened is pretty comedic. Is and disappears. Comedy, bro. Comedy. Absolute comedy. Okay, so pyroclastics are another thing. Sorry for the terrible handwriting. And lava flow. I'll make a list at the end. So lava flow, the actual lava flow can do immense damage if you have anything near it. Mount Fuji, I think, is active in Japan. Let me think of what else. Some other stuff. Pyroclastic flow, pyroclastics, lava flow, lahar. That's 4. There's 3 more, and I can't remember them. I cannot remember off the top of my head. However, these are like the main ways that you'll die to volcanoes. Whew, I'm getting tired. Hang on. All right. Get up on my back. Oh, sorry, Penny. I gotta sit down. I don't know if you guys can see the Guardian system. I apologize if you can. If you don't know what the Guardian system is, it is the ring around your room that you set up when you get VR to help, or at least when you have Oculus to help. I'm gonna read chat for a little bit. Nobody's saying anything. That's okay. It's the ring around your room that you mark with your controller, and it tells your sensors where the edges of your room are. So it can tell, it can measure how much space you have, and then when you get too close to it, like I've gone through it, my tracking messes up a little bit as well. It'll let you know when you're getting too close to it, basically, to the edges of your room. But this edge of my room right here, this is my bed, so I'm okay. Over there's my dresser. That is my back wall, and there's a few things in front of it, like a light stand, old PS4, and then over there is the front of my room where tracking stops, and then a little bit, basically right here is my edge. And you can see tracking starting to mess up a little bit. And then we'll go over here. This is my dresser. Just ran my hand into the top of it. This is my dresser. This is a little mini tour to my room. Tracking is going to mess up back here because my sensors are over there. But right here is where, the wall is right here. That's my window. Okay, so wall is right here, but there's the Guardian system's right here, so you got this much space. I have stuff down here on the floor, so that's why I have it like that. Mini tour in the middle of volcanoes, and how you can die and stuff, and how terrifying they are, and why you never want to live near one. Let me think. Let me think. Let me think. Let me think. Boom, ba-dum. Ba-dum-bum. Ba-da-boom. Oh, let me talk about types of slipping again. Going back to that stuff. I know I'm kind of all over the place, but what else do you expect? So slipping is what it's called when you have two tectonic plates, or folding, or what is this? A fault. If this is a fault line, sorry. It's a crack in the rocks. So pressure builds here. Yeah, you got different layers. Da 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 diddly 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 da diddly diddly da da dee 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 da 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 dee 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 da. Okay, so fault line got pressure building up, and this is okay. So this is how tsunamis, or this is how one of the ways tsunamis can be formed. Because I'm going to talk about tsunamis with volcanoes in a minute. So that's why I wanted to cover this. So say you got a fault line under the ocean, this typically a tectonic plate, and they're built like one's going like this, the other's going like this, and they get stuck. Like, you know, rocks are jagged and they have edges and stuff. You know, it's not a perfect line. It's not going to just friction slip past each other. But, you know, there's friction. Pressure builds up. It gets stuck. You know, let's just say you got like a jagged edge in the middle of it. You know, this is this one, right? And you got like a jagged edge here. Then you have a jagged edge here. You know, let's just say this is it, and they get stuck. Pressure builds, pressure builds, pressure builds, and then finally the rocks snap. And all that pressure is released, sends a shockwave out. That's how tsunamis are formed. Sends a shockwave out through the water, and as it gets closer to the shore, the water rolls on itself, and that's how you get the big waves. And it goes, water goes up like this, water goes out like that, water goes like that, and that's how you get a big wave. And that's how tsunamis are formed. From fault lines. You can also get these with volcanoes. Typically not as often if you've got if you got a volcano under the ocean. I'm not gonna draw it out because I've drawn 40 million volcanoes over there. You just have to apply a volcano to this. I don't think oh no, I did draw underwater volcanoes. Well, kind of. These are more hotspots, but. So yeah, that's volcanoes, everyone. I did it in 32 minutes, or well, give or take, more like 30 minutes. I'm exhausted. If I missed anything, please let me know in the comments below. I know the description isn't set up right now if you're looking at that. I'm gonna do that afterwards. I wanted to get the stream up as soon as possible. I didn't want to have to dilly-dally and wait around. I've been itching to do this. So yeah, ready to take some comments, questions, concerns, corrections, anything in the chat if anybody's watching. If not, let me check on my computer. Hold up. What? Alright. Mouse, please. Thank you. Oh, we got 2 people watching. Hello, hello, hello. Hang on, my mouse is all sorts of messed up. Apologies. Oh, no, 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 don't touch it. Oh, ow, my chair. Okay, I'm coming back, I don't know what you guys can see and can't see. I think you can see just what is in VR chat. So yeah, hello to the 2 people watching. Oh, it shows me how long I've been live, CPU usage, frames, kilobytes per second, and dropped frames on OBS. I didn't know that. The more you know. Dun 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 dun. Oh man, my stomach's kind of hurting. I gotta sit down. I don't know why I get tired just from standing. I think it's more mental exhaustion than anything, because I only got 6 hours of sleep last night, and I went to bed at 3 in the morning. So yeah, I'm ready to take anything, anyone. Take you on right here, right now. Don't want to. What is on my leg? Oh, Penny. Oh, she wrapped her tail around my foot. Oh, what a good little doggy. Sorry, I know this isn't professional. Oh, Penny. Did you like that belly rub? I think she liked it. Okay. Sorry, I'm distracted. But yeah. I think that's it. I don't really have much else. Oh, hey, Vickett. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Oh, surprise. Yes, thank you.
You want me to catch you up really quick? I'll just summarize it all, and
Sure.
that'll be a good way to wrap up the stream if we don't get any questions.
Sure.
Okay,
Sounds good.
so let me take you a tour through the 30 million volcanoes I drew. Let's start over here. Were you here for this, or did you leave? That looks like a dick. I just realized.
Well done.
I did not mean to do that. Let me go get the red so I can fix that. My bad. Oh, I shouldn't have said dick. I meant penis. It looks
No
like a
one will
penis. It's
notice.
educational. Don't demonetize
Yeah.
my videos, YouTube. Oh man, that's not getting any better, is it?
Don't.
I'll just make it
just gotta
solid.
draw a lot. It'll fix itself.
Exactly. Exactly.
There we go, you fixed it.
Now it looks like a
No one can even
dildo.
tell that. So,
Oh no, it's just getting worse. Actually, I don't know what's worse. Hang on. Oh, YouTube, please. Please still promote my stuff. I need viewers. I'm kidding. I mean, yes, I am, and I'm also not. I meant that as a joke, but please don't not promote my stuff, please. YouTube, I'm counting on you, bro. You gotta help a brother out. Okay, now it looks a bit more like a volcano. Alrighty, fixed. Alright. So, this is actually driving me nuts. Get the gardening system. Alright, so this is what is known as where two tectonic plates come together. They can either converge upward and make a mountain or a volcano. One can go over the other, one can go under the other, and either way they start melting. Under here, this is where the magma is. This is under the crust. Now over here, this is a tectonic plate. This is a hot spot. This is the ocean. I know you can't see it because I drew over it, but this is the ocean right here.
that is Hawaii.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, thank you. I was getting to that over here.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes,
You know stuff. That's good.
I do.
So Hawaii is a hotspot, and that's exactly what I was trying to relate it to. Is a hotspot comes up, it cools, the lava cools, magma becomes lava, it cools, becomes an island, quote unquote, and then as it shifts, and it starts over here on the left side, and then it moves over to the right, cuts through the rock. This becomes a dead volcano. And that's what this is, and then it starts making a new one over here. And that is what Hawaii is.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. Over here is diverging tectonic plates, because that's just converging. There's other types of tectonic plates where they connect and stuff, but I didn't cover them all. But they can also do this, and just, you have the magma come out right here. That's actually what this is. There's a diverging there's the middle of the Atlantic Ocean is two tectonic plates diverging, actually. Here, let me stand up again. Oh, Penny, no. Okay, thank you. We're good. Sorry, it's my dog.
We're good? Good. Dogs.
Yeah, my dog was sitting on my cord. It's all good. But yeah. So that's what that is. Oh, magma and lava coming out under the ocean is also why the ocean floor is mostly basalt.
It is? I didn't even know that.
Yep. Hang on, sorry, I'm trying to crack my neck. Oh, whatever. Okay, so this is just me demonstrating a volcano, just a regular volcano.
Yes.
This is me demonstrating, I think it was Mount St. Helens. I didn't say this before, but they have sometimes, depending on how plastic or non-plastic a volcano is, meaning, plastic is very bendy, non-plastic is very rigid and solid. This is a slate, or a sheet of slate. It's not very plastic. It's very fragile, but also very firm. It's just gonna shatter easily. Whereas magma is very plastic. It flows like a liquid. But they have these stoppers that if the magma is too non-plastic, I know I'm not saying that, it's not the correct term, but it's the general idea. If magma is the 2-knot plastic, it can create a little stopper at the top, and pressure will build under here as magma keeps trying to rise up, and it'll blow out the side. And actually in Mount St. Helens, I believe is the one I'm thinking of, that's what happened. And there were a bunch of geologists and volcanologists on this side that actually died because they expected it to go up and they weren't tracking the pressure at the top. But if you ever, so if this is to chat and to you, go and look up videos of Mount St. Helens on YouTube and what exactly it looked like, because they were recording it with helicopters and they were monitoring it, but they didn't monitor. It was like the one thing they didn't monitor was the pressure at the top with the corkscrew. They thought it was just going to blow it, but they thought wrong and it killed people. So come back over here. Now I'm talking about, this is this is about the different ways a volcano can kill you. So volcanoes, obviously, they just have regular lava flow. And that can kill you if you're close. It'll just run off the side or go out in the air and come down. So if you're too close, that can kill you. Pyroclastics is what, there's boulders. It can launch dust, ash, rock dust, bits, everything just shooting out of the volcano are known as pyroclastics. Those can kill you. There's actually reports of people's houses getting crushed by volcanoes. People have died to them before. You have to be very careful. Now, this is what is known as a lahar, and this is when this ash, if there's a stream or a river or a creek nearby, it can get flooded or overflown with the pyroclastics from the volcano, and it becomes a lahar. Boulders can get in here, ash dust. So lahars are one of the most dangerous things because they increase the volume of a river or creek or whatever exponentially. So it flows way more than it should. And it is honestly one of the most terrifying things to be killed by, because you are being killed in 4 different ways very slowly if you get trapped in a lahar. There's boulders in it, which typically there are. You'll be breaking your bones, getting crushed, bruised, broken. Even if they're tiny little rocks, these things can go up to 200 miles an hour. You know, if they're, you know, you're dying, you're dying from the mud water, the ash, the dust. You're being suffocated, drowned, you're dying very slowly, and it's painful. And it can ruin cities, buildings, towns very easily, because a lot of it isn't built to deal with this high density volume, you know, water coming through with boulders and rocks, you know what I mean? So and over here is what is known as pyroclastic flow. And this is the hot air that comes out of the volcano. All the ash and dust gets picked up by an air. If you see videos of them on YouTube, these things are menacing. Like, it is so terrifying to watch it come at you because they go so fast. They're really fast. They can also, I think they can get up to a few hundred miles an hour as well. Or no, sorry, I think 90 to 100 miles an hour is about their max speed, but still, it's really fast. And they're 5,000 degrees Fahrenheit, roughly, if I remember correctly. So this is actually what happened to Pompeii. That's how everybody's preserved in the ash and the rock and dust and stuff, is it just rolled in and scorched everyone and covered them in ash. So yeah. And then here, this is about tsunamis. So this is what is known as a fault line. It can happen at tectonic plates or just in rock in general. This is the ocean. This was meant to be 2 jagged edges of rocks. Like, excuse me, like this. I kind of ruined it, and I didn't think about that when I was drawing it, but I drew circles in the middle to signify pressure. But if you've got like a jagged rock like this, and this is one side of the fault, and this is the other side, right? And they build pressure, and then they snap, which is known as a fault slip. It'll send a shockwave out, both in the ground and in the water, and this is how tsunamis form, because as the shock wave travels closer to land, the water starts rolling in on itself and just tumbling and tumbling until it crashes into the shore. And Japan actually suffers from a lot of these issues with volcanoes and stuff, and then also tsunamis. This can also happen not only in tectonic plates and fault lines, but from volcanoes. Tsunamis can. So, yeah. The other thing I forgot to mention is that if a volcano is big enough, it can actually affect the climate of the planet. It can, volcanoes are interesting because they can cool the planet, but they can also heat the planet up. So with all the ash and dust and stuff, and this is kind of what happened to the dinosaurs, is with the dinosaurs, the meteor came down, hit the Earth, and it sent so much ash and dust up into the atmosphere, it covered the planet, most of the planet in that dust. And not only did it come back raining down and killing things, but it also covered the sun. It covered the planet from the sun, and it cooled our temperatures. So food became scarce from, constant meteor showers, and everything just kind of died. But that's how the dinosaurs went extinct. But volcanoes can produce a very similar thing where if they shoot enough ash up in a specific spot, they can cool planetary temperatures by 1 to 2 degrees Fahrenheit, if I remember correctly, which doesn't seem like a lot, but that's a huge shift for a planet. An entire planet to shift a temperature. You know what I mean? Like, that's a significant event.
And that's an average, right?
Well, I mean, it takes a massively huge volcano. Normal volcanoes don't really do that. But
yeah,
there's been a couple, even in recent times. I can't remember the names of them, but we went over them in a geology class. I'm trying to remember. Mount St. Helens, I don't think it affected the temperatures of the planet, but definitely in the area. They typically just affect the temperatures in the area for a little bit, but if it's big enough and it's been building up enough pressure and heat for long enough and it erupts, also based on the plasticity of it, like a composite volcano is typically what is going to change the atmosphere. A composite volcano is something that isn't really one or the other. Like, it's like a spectrum, right? Like, something that's super plastic is just gonna, you're not gonna get a buildup, right? It's just gonna flow out. But something that's super non-plastic is gonna just break immediately, right? So if the closer you get to like an almost equal balance of the two, creates a composite volcano, and that's how you get these stoppers that I was talking about, because they can just build so much pressure. Because they're not going to break like a non-plastic volcano, but they're also not going to flow like a plastic volcano. So, you know what I mean? It just, those are the most dangerous volcanoes, I'd say. But yeah. So, yeah. Volcanoes, everyone.
Yeah.
But in regards to the most dangerous things about a volcano...
Volcanoes are terrifying.
What were you saying? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah. What we've learned today is that volcanoes are terrifying.
They are incredibly terrifying. I would never want to live next to one. However, they're also fascinating and incredibly beautiful, in my opinion. I like to admire them from afar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But honestly, in my opinion, I'd say the Pyroclastic Flow or the Lahar are the two most terrifying and dangerous things about volcanoes, in terms of regards to killing human life and animal life in the area. But yeah. Oh, did you know that Yellowstone is a super caldera? Caldera being the top of a volcano. Yeah, so Yellowstone is like this. This is not accurate, but it's so old. It's still kind of active, but not really. But there's a bunch of like stuff that's grown over top of it. And they're like, if that it's so huge. Like, Yellowstone's huge. You know what I mean? If that erupted, like, That would probably be pretty planetary changing.
Well, let's hope that doesn't happen.
Though it probably won't, but I mean, it's a possibility still. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm enjoying myself a little too much. I am
As
very
you.
childish. Apologies. Oh, hey, Yumi's on. Alrighty. Well, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here because I'm not getting any questions and we're getting close to an hour. So this has been fun. I know you weren't here for a lot of it, but I appreciate you coming out nonetheless.
Yeah.
Um.
Yeah. Sure.
Oh, by the way, I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but I'm changing Science Friday to Science Sunday. On my Twitter I posted an actual schedule for streaming, and I'm gonna follow it as close as I can this summer.
Yeah. I usually don't use Twitter. Maybe I should follow you.
I'm gonna try to do like
Maybe
a
a
morning
idea.
stream, a shorter morning stream, and then a longer night stream. That's my goal. Is just about every day, like the days that I can. But
Alright.
yeah.
Sounds good.
Yep. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I'm tired. I went to bed at 3 in the morning and then woke up at 9. But yeah. Do you care if I do my outro with the mic on or not? Or I don't care. I know some people don't typically.
You can do however you wish.
Alrighty, appreciate it, man. I know you don't have VR, but fist bump. I got you. Just look this way. I got you. Hang on. Look up and this way.
We can. Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
Nailed it.
There we go.
Perfect.
Oh damn! Damn, Daniel. Damn. Bring it back with the white bands. Oh wait, they're blue.
Professional stream, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, close enough.
But I'm also trying to be a little bit more kid friendly. That's another thing.
Yes.
But yeah. Alrighty, I'm gonna do my outro, and then I'll talk to you. Thanks everybody for coming out the stream. It's been a lot of fun. We're gonna switch these to Sundays now. I said that already, but I just want to reiterate it just to make sure. If anybody ever has any questions, feel free to ask, science related or even non-science related. I'll take any questions really, as long as I can, and I'll answer them to the best of my ability. But keep in mind, this is all live, and even if I prepare stuff, I mean, this was kind of prepared, but also kind of not prepared. But I'm really excited we covered volcanoes this week. So yeah, thanks everybody for coming out, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace. Oh, come on.